Hi everyone, I'm SycamoreOmega. Today I'm looking at the new Anvil Terrapin in the Star Citizen 3.1 PTU, and I'm going to give you my first impressions on the ship in the short amount of time I've been able to fly it around. I'm not calling this a review because I'm not going to get into any types of details as far as handling or combat power, because this ship is still in the PTU and things can for sure change before the public release comes out, which should be very soon. First off, a thing that surprised me about the Terrapin was how fast and maneuverable this thing is. I was expecting the Terrapin to have some power from what CIG was saying about the development of it, but it was a little bit more than I expected. The Terrapin is fast for its size. Another thing I was surprised about was how low the pilot sits in the cockpit. I really feel protected and closed off in the seat, which I assume is to go with the idea that the Terrapin is supposed to be a little bit of an armored tank, but I think the expense of such low visibility is a little much. The forward flight path is just really low in the windshield. It's just above the glare shield. Then, when the landing gear is raised, panels move and cover the top canopy, further reducing the pilot's visibility. Another thing with the design of the Terrapin I can't help but make a comparison to in my mind is how much it looks like the dropship in Alien Covenant, which I like, the big landing thrusters and ramp out the side, also with the pretty much low visibility cockpit. In some ways I wish the Terrapin was a little bit more like that ship. I haven't been able to do much fighting in the Terrapin yet, but I imagine that it's no slouch with the decent maneuverability and speed considering its size. Speaking of its size, there's something weird about the Terrapin which grew on me as time went on. At first the Terrapin was bigger than I thought on the outside, but smaller than I thought once I got in it. I suppose it is because of a lot of space being taken up by the armor and large power plants. The scanning station right now is useless, but that's to be expected at this point in the development. The animation for the landing gear is pretty awesome. The engines rotate, all these panels move and shift, the landing legs come down. The panel I don't like is the one above the canopy. One thing I hope will eventually make it into the game is animations for the engines as the controls move. Right now they're static after the gear come up. It seems like maybe there are indications that this may become the case because of how there are these extra exhaust animations in different directions on each of the thrusters. It might just be a glitch right now, but hopefully we'll find out soon if some of those will start to move or the pylons will start to move. A thing I noticed while flying the ship in and out of atmosphere was the low amount of fuel it seemed like the Terrapin used, and was able to recover fuel fairly quickly. This is a thing I hope will not stay the same. The Terrapin has big engines producing a lot of thrust to move a heavy ship. I was expecting a lot of fuel consumption, and it seems like it sips fuel right now, and it doesn't really make a lot of sense to me. CIG released a video recently with the 3.1 ship sales that for me has kind of thrown a wrench into what I thought the Terrapin was supposed to be. To me, the Terrapin is supposed to be an intermediate exploration ship that could go into hostile environments and make it out okay with the data intact or whatever you found intact to profit. Something that does some things better than an Aquila with more run than fight. This new video that CIG put out shows the Terrapin being used in a more surveillance espionage way. It jumps into a hostile environment unnoticed, and the crew is tracking a group of hostile ships into a hazardous environment. This is a creative use of the platform, and I hope that it does come to life, but it seemed like a role that the ship was not sold on in concept. I'm wondering what additional function the scanning station will end up getting. If this more mercenary role is where CIG wants to go with the Terrapin, I think it makes the visibility issue in the cockpit even more important, to give the pilot more situational awareness. For strictly exploration, or at least a dropship scanner, exploration, space turtle, the visibility is not the best, but not critical. Right now, for me, at least, I've been experiencing a lot of glitches regarding inner thought controls on the Terrapin, but things like that are completely expected as the last kinks get ironed out in PTU. The environment in the Terrapin is one I like. It's hard, and you can feel the armored shell around you the minute you get on board. Overall, so far, the Terrapin is a neat ship, but I want to see where it fits into a defined role. With the video that CIG put out, it feels like it's going to be more up to the players that use it to define it based on the tools that will be loaded into it. Once the public release of 3.1 is out, I'll try to do a more detailed review to help decide that role. So, have you checked out the Terrapin yet? How do you like it? Leave it in the comments. I'm SycamoreOmega. Thanks for watching. Remember to hit subscribe for more videos coming soon. Thanks for watching today's video. Are you new to Star Citizen and are looking to get into the verse? Use the code above to get an extra 5,000 UEC added to your account when you sign up. See you again soon.